So, have you ever played around with an AI, right? Maybe you asked it to code a little app and you got something that kind of works. It's a blast for sure. But what's the real difference between that fun experiment and building a solid, robust product that people can actually rely on? Well, today, we're going to jump way beyond simple prompting and get into the world of professional AI product development.
And this quote from Alexander Konstantinov, it just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly frames the challenge we're looking at. Vibe coding, that easy, almost magical feeling of getting an AI to whip something up, that's just the starting line. Building a scalable professional product, well, that's the real race.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start by really nailing down what vibe coding is. Then we'll uncover the one core concept you absolutely need to level up. From there, we'll walk through the leanest way to build a product, lay out a full professional workflow, and then the grand finale, how to automate the entire process.
Okay, first things first. Let's get super clear on what we're talking about. Vibe coding is what pretty much all of us do when we start out. You get a cool idea, you shoot a prompt at an AI, and bam, something appears. It's so easy, it's almost impossible not to do it. But let's be real, it's not building a product.
Yeah, the difference is pretty stark. Vibe coding is fast, but it's often a total mess, and it's just not built to scale. Real product building, on the other hand, is structured, it's lean, and it's robust. We're talking the difference between a fun weekend project and a reliable piece of software. It means you have to shift your entire mindset from being a hobbyist to thinking like an experienced CTO. You're thinking about the whole system, not just one little piece of code.
So how in the world do you make that shift? Well, it all kicks off with one single foundational concept that honestly changes everything. This is the key. This is what unlocks the door from just being a coder to becoming a genuine product builder. And it's called the Master Transformational Result, or MTR. Now listen, before you even think about features or design or writing a single line of code, you have to identify the one core transformation your product delivers. Every single piece of technology, I don't care how simple or complex, it has one. Think about this for a second. An electric kettle? You push a button, right? But what is its fundamental job? It's not just boiling water. No, its MTR is much more specific. It's increasing the vibration of water molecules. That is the core physical transformation it's built to provide. Or, how about tea? You drink it, and its master transformational result, well, it could be a feeling of clarity or maybe calm. See? It's the end state you're really looking for. And this all brings us right back to our main event. What is the MTR of AI itself? You could say it's the amplification of intelligence. When you define this core purpose first, everything else you build around it becomes incredibly focused and powerful. Okay, so you have your MTR. Now what? How do you take that abstract idea and turn it into a real, tangible product? Well, you follow the leanest path possible. It's kind of like a fractal approach where you build only what is absolutely essential to deliver that one core transformation.
And it's a beautifully simple three-step journey. You've got a start screen that basically tells the user, hey, a transformation is about to happen. Then you have a single button that triggers the MTR, literally, a button that might say, relax now. And finally, an end screen that confirms, yep, the result was delivered. You're framing the whole thing like a hero's journey for the user. And your product, it's their trusted guide.
Now, let's zoom out and see how this all builds into a complete professional workflow. This is really where we separate the amateurs from the pros, and it all comes down to avoiding one huge critical mistake. The classic rookie mistake is jumping straight into vibe coding. You get an idea, and you immediately tell the AI to start building it. But this path inevitably leads to a messy, fragile product that becomes a total nightmare to scale or even modify. More often than not, you end up having to scrap the whole thing and start all over again. The professional sequence, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. First, you map out the user journey based on that MTR we talked about. Then, you design the software architecture, all the plumbing and the wiring. After that, you create the user interface, and here's the crucial part, the big takeaway. Vibe coding is the very, very last step. All the deep strategic thinking happens before the AI writes a single line of code. And that architecture phase, it's no joke. It means seriously thinking through the data schema, how all the screens are wired together, how the app is going to remember user data, authentication, you name it. And you've got to break the product into logical modules. Getting this stuff right is what makes a product truly robust and ready to scale. All right, now for the final stage. Once you've truly mastered this professional workflow, the ultimate goal, the end game, is to turn this entire process into a repeatable, automated machine.
And we do this through something called AI playbooks. Just think of these as incredibly detailed standard operating procedures, SOPs. They basically write down every single step of your professional workflow, giving the AI a set of rails to follow. What this does is ensure you get consistent, high-quality results every single time, with almost no manual work.
And this quote just captures that long-term vision perfectly. The goal isn't just to build one product, it's to build a product-building machine. Your job literally evolves from being the hands-on builder to becoming the refiner of the system that builds for you. The quality of your playbooks, well, that determines the quality of your entire machine.
So this whole journey, this entire process, it all starts with one simple but incredibly powerful question. Instead of asking yourself, what features should my app have? Start by asking this. What is the single, core, master transformational result that my product is going to deliver to its user? Get that right, and you're no longer just vibe coding. You're on the path to building something real.